Hi there, I'm Freddie, and I'm a professional golfer who has also been a St Andrews Caddie on and off for over 10 years. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to play the old course at St Andrews and share some stories and insights along the way. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and make sure to let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this one. So without further ado, let's get into it. The 10th hole in the old course is called Bobby Jones. He won the Open here in 1927, the British Amateur Championship here in 1930. So here's a Bobby Jones quote about St Andrews. "There is always a way at St Andrews, although it is not always the obvious way, and in trying to find it, there is more to be learned on this British course than in playing 100 ordinary American golf courses." If you watched the Open in 2022, this is the hole where Rory McIlroy absolutely binned a fairway bunker shot on the Saturday for eagle to the delight of the raucous fans in attendance. I'll stick the link in the description below, it's well worth seeing, just like my Patreon link, which can also be found in the description. Joining #Team Freddie has never been easier. My favourite hole on the course without a doubt. There are 3 iconic bunkers to navigate. We've already seen Shell, but today the pin is cut over Strath Bunker. The caddies like to say that that bunker was named after a man called Davy Strath who lived in Carnoustie, and everyone hated him as well. The bunker on the left is called Hill, but is also known as the Bobby Jones bunker. Legend has it he went in this bunker in 1921 when playing the old for the first time, and he never escaped it. I don't know how true this is given the success he later had on the links, but certainly for me, it's the most difficult bunker on the course, having one of the steepest faces and a bare downslope lie guaranteed. I hope you never find yourself in it. The hole itself is a mid to long iron, par 3, played into an unforgiving green, which when windy will cause the majority of golf balls to oscillate, given its close proximity to the Eden estuary. Always welcome a 3 here with open arms. The 12th hole can cause trust issues in player-caddy relationships. It's only a short par 4, but it has a stroke index of 3 on the scorecard, possibly due to the 6 hidden bunkers down the middle of the fairway. They used to be visible when the hole was played in the opposite clockwise direction, but when Alton Morris provided the alternative and now preferred anti-clockwise routing in 1870, these bunkers became blind from the 12th tee. Trying to explain this to a player is generally a foolhardy exercise. Just give them the driver and tell them to go in the right rough. They'll look perplexed, but if they trust you, good things will happen and a birdie chance will present itself. And if they don't trust you, they'll most likely hit their best drive of the day straight into one of the awaiting bunkers, and then blame you for the result. Now this is where the golf course starts and the real challenge begins. The 13th tee shot needs to be kept short of gorse bushes and rough mounds. The coffin bunkers also need to be avoided as that's where golf balls go to die. A blind approach to one of the biggest greens in the world awaits, and when approaching a flag on the right side of the green, hitting your tee shot onto the 6th fairway is generally considered to provide the best angle. When downwind, don't ever try to get cute with your approach, as this can bring bunkers and a grass bunker short of the green into play, which is exactly where I ended up on this occasion. It's a dead spot. As always, do as I say, not as I do. The final par 5 on the course, measuring at 618 yards from the tips, this used to be the longest hole on the open rota. All second shots, regardless of wind, need to take Hell Bunker into consideration, as this can be a true card-wrecking spot. Jack Nicklaus once got stuck in Hell Bunker, leading him to make a 10 on the hole. When asked by the press afterwards as to how he made a 10, he allegedly replied, "I made a really good putt." There is a severe false front at the start of the green, which can gobble up any approach shot that falls short of its intended number, and 2-putting from the green edge is never a guarantee. It may be a par 5, but with a stroke index of 1, it plays as the hardest hole on the course, and a par should never be sniffed at. Whether or not it's harder than the road hole 17th is up to you though, stay tuned for that. Now here is a trigger warning for you purists out there, I am not about to play the 15th hole in a conventional way. We bypassed one of my favourite bunkers on the course with our tee shot, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. It's called Sutherland, and is named after an RNA member who took exception to the bunker being filled in once upon a time. He took it upon himself, alongside others, to sneak out onto the course at night and dig the bunker back into place. It hasn't been touched since. For the record, that was a 5-iron chip and run from the front of the green for me to set up the much needed birdie. And for those keeping track, we are back to 2 under for the round. The 16th provides an intimidating tee shot with out of bounds right and a multitude of bunkers on the left, including the Principal's Nose and Deacon's Sign, also affectionately referred to as the Devil's Eye. Many pros will lay up short of the bunkers and leave a mid-iron approach, but depending on the firmness of the ground, the green isn't always receptive to a longer club approach. And on this day, it was barely receptive to my approach putt. There are many tricky pin locations available on this green, and front right really caught me out here, as I was expecting the ball to swing to the left, and I completely missed the turn. That's a perfect demonstration of how quickly and easily the old course can expose you and cause bogeys. The winning open scores may always be near or around 20 under par, but I always say look at the cut numbers. There have been 5 Open Championships at St Andrews this century, and in each the cut has never been under par. So clearly if you aren't quite on your game, then this course can still cause problems even in modern times with modern equipment. Right, this is what you've been waiting for, the good bit. It's the road hole, with a tight tee shot required over a hotel before a pinpoint accurate iron or wood shot into a tiny target flanked by some rough, a road and a famous road hole bunker. The ideal line off the tee on a calm day for the average hitter is ending over the word course on the green shed. Now the worst tee shot I've ever seen here was a guy who hit the hotel and had his ball bounce back into a bunker behind us on the 16th green. There was a shocked silence before a caddy in the group went very matter-of-factly, "Mulligan?" So the key to the 17th is playing for the front right of the green, regardless of the flag position. Getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar is exactly how nightmares begin, but from the front of the green you have a great chance of a par 4, an outside chance of a 3, and never more than a 5. Unless you truly can't putt, in which case I just can't help you unfortunately. However, I can putt, and this was definitely a fun one to make on camera. The 18th hole of the old course, named after the grand old man of golf himself, Old Tom Morris, and it's played into the town of St Andrews. Every memory of St Andrews, every open moment you can picture probably has this green site at the heart of it. I like my players to aim at the clock on the R&A clubhouse to focus their minds on this tee shot, but ultimately anywhere between the fences and over the golfer's bridge will do. Now on this day, the feeling of that 5-iron chip on 15th was still in my fingers, so we go for something a little wild here. The 70-yard chip and run to a front left flag in front of the adoring fans. And then, just like Jack Nicklaus before me, just like Seve Ballesteros before me, just like Tiger Woods before me,
there.
It's an unrivaled thrill to play the old course at St Andrews. If you've also been lucky enough to play it, let me know your highlights in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Until next time.